Is the next generation of federal judges refusing to acknowledge reality? In a stunning Senate Judiciary hearing on March 25, 2026, Senator Richard Blumenthal hit a breaking point with a panel of judicial nominees. From Kara Westerkamp's past tweets to a synchronized refusal to admit who won the 2020 election, the room went cold as the senator accused the nominees of being pre-rehearsed and a well-in. We are breaking down the full script of this high-stakes confrontation and what it means for the future of the American bench.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for your service. Ms. Westerkamp, who won the 2020 election?
Senator, under our Constitution, the Electoral College votes for the president, and then that is certified by Congress. And in 2020, President Biden was certified by the electoral.
Yeah, that's not my question. Who won the election?
And again, Senator, under our Constitution, and it's actually.
Oh, you know, I know who was certified, and I know what you think of certification because you tweeted on January 6th in a post saying, in reference to the 2020 election results, a certified lie is still a lie. I'm asking you, who won the 2020 election? Let me make it more specific. Who won the popular vote?
Again, Senator, under our Constitution, what matters is who the Electoral College votes as.
But I'm not asking you for what the Constitution says. I'm asking you for your view factually. And frankly, we've received this kind of canned, ridiculous answer before, as you know, because you were instructed to give this answer, right?
Senator, I am speaking to what the Constitution, under our Constitution again, and that is actually Article 2,
Let me
as well
ask
as.
you this. Who won the 2024 election?
In the 2024 election, again, the Electoral College voted for President Trump, and then the Congress also certified President Trump as the winner of the.
Did Donald Trump lose the 2020 election?
Senator, that goes back again to under our Constitution. The methodology is set forth in Article 2.
Let's try another question, Ms. Westerkamp. Was the United States Capitol attacked on January 6, 2021?
Senator, again, I condemn all of the violence that occurred on January 6th.
Okay, we're not going to get an answer from you. And let me try Ms. Clark. Ms. Clark, who won the 2020 election?
Senator, under our Constitution, the mechanism for electing a president
I am amazed. I am just amazed by the insult to this committee of witness after witness seeking to be a federal judge, subverting our Constitution, and showing how you have no independence, which is essential to a federal judge. Ms. Lane, who won the 2020 election?
Apologies. Again, Senator, the Constitution outlines the process, and as a judicial nominee, I'm here to talk about what the Constitution requires, which is an electoral vote and certification by Congress. And in 2020...
Okay. Who won the election?
In 2020, President Biden.
Mr. Rickey, who won the 2020 election?
Senator, as my colleagues have stated, the process we have under the Constitution is a vote by the Electoral College, followed by certification.
Was the Capitol attacked, Mr. Rickey, on January 6th?
There was violence that occurred here on January 6th, Senator.
Was the Capitol attacked?
I would just say, Senator, there was violence that occurred here on that date.
You've seen videos of what happened.
Yes, Senator, I have.
Was the Capitol attacked?
Okay. Again, Senator, I said
Ms. Lane, was the Capitol attacked?
Senator, the characterization of January 6th is subject to ongoing controversy and debate, and as a nominee, it would be inappropriate for me to characterize it.
Ms. Clark, who won the 2024 election?
Senator, under the process set out by the Constitution, the Electoral College elects the president, and it's sort of the president.
Can you pull that mic a little closer, please?
And the Electoral College elects the president.
You know, the answers here, which obviously are canned, they're pre-rehearsed, they're Orwellian, in their denial of reality, and they are a subversion of this process. They're an insult to this committee, but they also fundamentally show a complete lack of independence and backbone and impartiality, which are the fundamental requirements of a United States District Court judge or a judge on any panel, Ms. Westerkamp. And I'm a little bit disappointed that you're not more original, that you can't think of a few different words. I'm just amazed. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
The Senate Judiciary Committee hearing on March 25, 2026, provided a stark look at the deepening divide over the fundamental facts of American democracy. Senator Richard Blumenthal opened his questioning with a direct, factual inquiry to Kara Westerkamp, the nominee for the U.S. Court of International Trade, asking a simple question: who won the 2020 election? What followed was a highly technical, repetitive defense where Westerkamp, and subsequently every other nominee on the panel, refused to name Joe Biden as the winner, instead pivoting to the mechanics of the Electoral College and congressional certification. This synchronized messaging is what Blumenthal later labeled as canned and ridiculous, suggesting that the nominees were operating under a specific set of instructions designed to avoid alienating political bases while seeking a lifetime appointment to the federal bench. The confrontation turned personal and explosive when Blumenthal brought up Westerkamp's digital footprint. He cited a post from January 6 where she allegedly claimed that a certified lie is still a lie in reference to the 2020 results. By contrasting her past social media rhetoric with her current judicial tone, Blumenthal painted a picture of a nominee who is hiding her true convictions behind constitutional jargon. The frustration in the room reached a fever pitch as nominees Clark, Lane, and Rickey all adopted the exact same linguistic shell, refusing to even use the word attack to describe the events at the Capitol on January 6, 2021. Instead, they opted for the softer characterization of violence or ongoing controversy, a move that Blumenthal decried as an insult to the intelligence of the committee and a subversion of the judicial process. As we look at the immediate fallout of this hearing in late March 2026, the implications for these nominations are dire. Blumenthal's critique focused on the complete lack of independence and backbone required for a judge. He argued that if a nominee cannot acknowledge a settled factual and historical event like the outcome of an election or a physical attack on the Capitol, they lack the impartiality essential to the bench. This exchange has already triggered a firestorm in the Senate, with several moderate members now questioning if these nominees can truly be trusted to remain independent of the executive branch. The Orwellian nature of the testimony, where reality is treated as a matter of characterization rather than fact, has become the defining headline of the 2026 judicial confirmation cycle. Ultimately, this hearing stands as a warning about the vetting process for the federal judiciary in a polarized era. Blumenthal's closing jab, that he was disappointed the nominees weren't more original in their deflections, highlights a growing concern that judicial independence is being traded for political loyalty. In a week where the 2024 election results are still being cited as a template for future conduct, this video serves as a primary example of how the Senate attempts to pull back the curtain on the political motivations of those who seek to interpret the laws of the land. It is a reminder that in the halls of power, the refusal to answer a simple question can be a more revealing answer than the truth itself.